So thank you for spending your time with me. Hopefully you learned something along the way. I know you're going to learn something along the way. So I'm sharing with you the 4-step formula to increasing sales in your craft business. So beginning, I know a lot of you ladies again have concerns about how to in fact grow your sales. As I mentioned when I first started the broadcast, having a business is not overly complicated. We tend to overcomplicate it, but we have to make it very simple and plain so we can actually see the progress in our business. So this is how you can make it plain. Step 1, I want you to write this down. The first step to the formula to increasing your sales is revenue streams. And what I mean by revenue streams is in which ways do you earn money. I need you to make a list in which ways you earn money. Now, when I say in which ways you earn money, I'm not asking you to give different products. So say, for example, if you sell candles, I don't want you to say you sell 3-wick candles, you sell 1-wick candles, right? Those are products. I want you to tell me and list down in what ways you earn money. Okay, that's the first thing. Because this is your revenue streams. And your revenue, the definition of revenue is the total amount of money you make. That's your revenue. The total amount of money you make. And your stream is in which the money flows. So I need to know your revenue stream. So when you say I sell t-shirts, that is one revenue stream. Okay? Number 2, another revenue stream will be I teach people how to sell t-shirts. That's a second revenue stream. Third, you can say I have a monthly t-shirt. I have a monthly t-shirt subscription. That is a third revenue stream. Number 4, you can say I sell vinyl. That is a fourth revenue stream. Okay? So I want you to write down all your revenue streams. If you only have one, no problem. It's okay to have one for now. But if you are in Craft Sisters Business University, the ladies will tell you I am very, very, very stuck and adamant on making sure you ladies have multiple revenue streams. It is not enough just to sell shirts. We have to diversify our income. And once we go through all the 4-step strategy, you'll see why and how it is so important to have multiple revenue streams. But if you only have one, don't get discouraged. That's perfectly fine. That just means you need to join Craft Sisters Business University. But we're just talking about, for right now, write down all your different revenue streams, okay? Number 2 is your sales channel. Your sales channel. Now, your sales channels are the platforms that allow money to be collected. Your sales channels are in which the platforms that allow money to be collected. And I'm not talking about Zelle, Cash App. Let me tell you, ladies, if you are strictly accepting money via Zelle or Cash App, no more. We have to elevate our business. We have to grow our business. There are a lot of perks to running your business under a platform. For example, when you have Shopify, after so many sales, they begin to offer you a loan. And it's actually called Shopify Capital. And once you have so many sales, they will offer you an amount for you to approve, and that can help you invest and grow your business. But you don't get those type of loans and those capital loans if you are accepting money via Cash App. Like, that's not it, okay? That is not it. It's very hard then also at the end of the month when I say, hey, how much money did you make? You have to literally go through every single Cash App transaction, right? So no more Cash App and no more Zelle, ladies, okay? Let's get us a website. Let's position our businesses for professionalism so when someone wants to purchase from you, they can, okay? So number 2 was to write down the platforms. These are called your sales channels in which you collect money from. So say, for example, you have a product. You can say my t-shirts are on my website. You can say I also sell them at craft shows. You can also say I sell them at retailers. If you have a service, you can say I sell my classes on Teachable, which is a platform to host courses and whatnot. So you can say, hey, I teach my t-shirt classes on Teachable. You can have it doesn't pertain to t-shirts, but say for example, if you sell digital files, which if you're in the business university, that class is coming on how to sell digital products on Etsy, right? You can have Etsy as a platform. That would be one of your sales channels. So as you see, we're starting to already slowly piece our formula together, right? The first one was we had to write down our revenue streams. What are we selling, right? What are we selling? A lot of you ladies are just, actually I'm not going to jump ahead because I had that later on my notes. So number one, what are your revenue streams? Number two, what are your sales channels? Your sales channels are platforms in which money can be collected. So you will see that if you have a t-shirt, you have your Shopify, you can have Etsy, you can have Teachable going all at the same time. These are your different sales channels in which you collect money. And what I used to do, and what was like really, really cool when I was selling t-shirts, and even now to this day, I assign revenue streams to bills. So when I started selling t-shirts, or like 2-3 years ago, when I was selling t-shirts and I had my Etsy shop going, I assigned different revenue streams, different bills. So for example, Etsy was responsible for paying my cell phone bill. My website was responsible for paying any expenses and paying me, right? So that's what's something I want you to be able to think ahead as well. Have these different revenue streams, assign them a bill. Tell that revenue stream, hey, I need you to bring in $200. So that way I know XYZ is covered. And that was way it really helped me go hard on that sales channel, because I knew that that sales channel had a dedicated bill that had to that it was responsible for. Smart idea to assign the revenue to the bills. Yes, it keeps you accountable. Yes, Kim, you got it. It keeps you accountable. You can't allow yourself to slack on one revenue stream if that revenue stream is paying your car note. Right? Sometimes we were looking at it like just from a bird's eye view, instead of getting really specific, instead of getting really narrow. We need to say, I gotta go harder. I need to make at least $200 more because that's my cell phone bill. So that's number two. List your sales channels. Number three, what are your marketing channels? Okay, and this is where we start getting people to our site. You must think about how are people getting to your sales channels so you can make money. Your marketing channels are now saying, how are people getting to your sales channels to make you money? So now we have our revenue streams, we have our sales channels, we know how this money is starting to flow, right? We see how this money is starting to flow. So now we have to say, okay, I have to now bring people over here, right? So now I want you to list your marketing channels. List your marketing channels. Now don't think too far out the box, right? This is really simple, ladies. This is uberly simple to list this. Like I don't want us to overthink our business, because usually we're overthinking our business, right? Marketing channels are pretty basic across the board for businesses. It just now depends on what your strongest suit is, okay? Of course you have email marketing, which to me is the best. Email marketing is absolutely the best. And I always tell my students, why is email marketing the best? Because people want to be there. If they didn't want to hear what you have to say, they wouldn't have gave you their email address. So think about it. If I say, hey guys, here's something, give me your email address. Duh, I'm asking for your email address, so you have to know that I'm going to email you, right? But you said, okay, it's cool if you email me because I'm kind of interested in what you have to say, so go ahead and email me. Those are the type of people that you want on your list, because they want to hear from you. They want to know about the new deals. They want to know about the new arrivals. They want to know. So you don't have to feel like a bugaboo, like, oh man, I don't want to email someone about my new release. Why not? They wanted you to. That's why they gave you their email address. So I absolutely love email marketing. Number two, that's a very close second to email marketing, is SMS marketing, text message marketing. And before I go into text message marketing, let me tell you some email marketing providers you can use. I use MailChimp. You can use Klaviyo, and you can simply keep it super duper simple. You can just collect your email addresses straight from Shopify. You can go straight through Shopify and get your collect your email addresses. Jackson said, Miss number 3, can you say it again? Yes, number 3 is to list your marketing channels. List the marketing channels. Number 1 was to list your revenue streams. Number 2 was to list your sales channels. Number 3, thank you ladies, marketing channels, okay? And again, this is not to be thought about too out the box. It's really simple. It's just really what is your strong suit. So back to the email marketing. Again, I use MailChimp and Klaviyo, and you can simply just use Shopify to collect your email addresses. Now back to text message marketing. Somebody tell me, why is text message marketing so powerful? It is a very simple answer. Does anybody have an explanation to why text message marketing is so powerful? I'm gonna wait a little bit because I know you guys got it. I know you're probably scared, like, this is a trick question, but it's really not. It's really not a trick question. Why is text message marketing so powerful? I have almost 60 ladies on here, so I know you ladies know. Someone has to answer. Why is text message? Because everybody stay on their phone. Exactly. Everyone has their phone. Everyone has their phone. If you were to get a text right now, it's right in your purse. It's right in your back pocket. Exactly. You guys got it. So literally, someone goes ding, and they look at it. Oh, 50% off? Let me look at that real quick. They're going to check it out. Maybe they buy it. Maybe they don't. But maybe they say, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and grab this up real quick. Maybe they say, I'll come back later. Maybe they say, I don't have the money for it, but maybe next week she'll send out another one. I will send out another one. Just like text message, just like your email marketing, a person gave you their phone number, right? You didn't make this up. Like, you didn't buy their phone number from, a third party source. This is a person that doesn't know you. Just like the email marketing, this person gave you their phone number. They said, okay, Kiana, you're gonna text me. Cool. Like I said, I might like that promotion. I might like that message. I might not, right? It's just as powerful. It's a very close second, because the person that gave you their phone number wants to hear from you, and secondly, it's much more instant than a email. So like, I have so many emails, I turn my notifications off, so I don't get chimed when I get an email, but my phone is always on and it's always notifying me. There are other marketing channels. Of course, you can use Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube. Okay? You can do whatever. The cool part of writing these lists down, ladies, is that you will see certain sales channels, certain revenue streams get different marketing channels. Every marketing channel might not resonate well. You might say, hey, my Etsy shop does well on Pinterest, right? So your marketing channel for your Etsy shop could be Pinterest. You could say, hey, when I promote on Facebook, I really don't get the hits that I get compared to Pinterest on my Etsy shop. You can say, hey, I get more people come to my website from TikTok. Each revenue stream can have the same marketing channel, or they can have different marketing channels. But again, once you map this out, now you know how to actually allocate your time, right? Oh, what's a great app for SMS text marketing? So there are so many, right? So when it comes to SMS text message, it's so many. It depends on your budget, right? Some providers give you, just certain free, and then you pay this amount. I use SlickText, SlickText, SlickText. That's who I use. But again, there are so many out there. Just just Google SMS marketing, and you'll have a whole Google page of them. Look at a couple of them and see which one fits your needs, your budget, and go from there. But personally, I use SlickText. So again, if you don't have multiple marketing channels, that's okay too, right? You don't have to be a beast in everything. Honestly, I always say start off with what comes more organic to you, what's more natural to you. So if Instagram is not natural to you right now, if TikTok is not natural to you right now, don't worry about that. Use your marketing channels like the debt snowball model. Like, don't you know, like when you attack one debt and then you apply that money to another debt and you keep on rolling into that debt snowball. Same thing with your marketing channels. You don't have to be a beast in everything. You just don't, right? So you can say, hey, I'm going to really, just really dominate Facebook, or I'm going to really dominate Instagram. And then once I've had my following on Instagram, I'm going to now put my energy into another marketing channel. So for me personally, I've done extremely well here on Facebook. I have almost a group of 16,000 ladies. It's very engaging. It kind of almost runs on autopilot by itself. So now I know that, hey, I can spend my energy elsewhere. Spending my energy elsewhere means what? New customers, right? So now my focus is YouTube, right? So I can go TikTok all day, right? That doesn't come natural to me. I am a natural teacher. I can go in front of a camera, record a video, share content, and get that out to the masses, right? So my next phase is YouTube. So again, when it comes down to your marketing channels, I want you to be sure that you can dedicate the time to actually growing it and have it be effective in your business. I like the analogy snowball marketing. Yes, it is snowball marketing. We don't have to be great at everything at once. In fact, when we try that, that's where we get discouraged. That's where we get defeated. Because you're probably thinking like, oh my God, I have to put this on Instagram. I have to put this on Facebook. I have to have a Facebook group. I have to have an email list, right? It gets kind of like daunting. It gets overwhelming. And when you don't have a true goal, it's easy to just say I didn't do anything, right? And I'm going to mention that later, is that when you don't have a true goal, it's easy to procrastinate because now you're kind of lost. So when you just lost in the sauce, you like, forget it. I'll come back to it next month. October, I'll start new. No, September, we are achieving our goals. So for you ladies that just came in, I know a lot of you ladies want to increase your sales goal. You have to make sure that you quantify it, right? So a lot of ladies told me yesterday that their goal for September is increase sales. Great goal. That's not specific enough, right? You have to say, Kiana, I need to make $1,000. I need to sell 50 more. Tickets. I need to enroll 100 more members, right? That's how you quantify it. Because if you don't quantify it, I can't help you fix it. So you can't come to me and say, hey, I didn't make any money. I'm going to need some parameters. I'm going to need some benchmarks. I'm going to need some numbers. I always say the numbers don't lie. I'm going to need some numbers. Hey, how many were you selling in June and how many are you selling in July? When you tell me you don't know, then it's going to be very hard to give strategies to help you reach your goal. So let's make sure. So Tanja said she needs to make $2,000, right? So this strategy is like, okay, it's going to help her. Another thing with the revenue streams, I share how I assigned bills to my revenue streams. Same thing for you, Tanja. You need to break that $2,000 up and say, okay, 500 from this needs to come from Etsy, another 500 needs to come from custom, another 500 can come from here, another 500 can come from there, right? So also with your revenue streams, ladies, also put a number to that revenue stream. I just added that. Put a number to your revenue stream. So you only have one revenue stream, then that means that all that $2,000 have to come from that one revenue stream. But when I say, for me, when I plan my goals out, and please don't look at this nail. I'm devastated with this nail, y'all. When I need to make my goal for the month, there's no way in heck I can make all that money from selling blanks. It's not possible, right? I need my additional revenue streams to help me get to the end goal. But I have to then be very specific when I say, hey, if I have a class, I need XYZ members to enroll because that equals XYZ dollars. Is this making sense, ladies? So then, because the problem is that we're working our business with no strategy. We are literally working our business with no strategy. We're kind of just going through our phone, seeing what we got a picture of it, and then post it on Facebook. We just see it, we know we made a nice Tumblr over the weekend and we just posted it on Facebook and we just expect everybody to go Google Gaga for it. Okay? We have to have strategy in our craft business. I always say, you guys are going to hear me say it forever, it doesn't matter how pretty you make something if you don't know how to market and brand the pretty. You're going to continue to make these beautiful tumblers and no one's going to know you exist. You're going to continue to make these wonderful shirts and no one's not going to know you exist because you're not marketing or branding it correctly, because you have no strategy. So this is strategy. It gives you accountability, right? So again, so for you ladies that just came on in, we're talking about the four steps formula to increasing your sales. Number one is that you need to write down your revenue streams. Revenue streams mean different things that bring you in money. It does not mean to say I sell t-shirts and I sell mugs. That's not revenue streams. That is a product service that falls under one revenue stream, right? Different revenue streams would be, I have a Etsy shop that sells my digital files. I have a class. I sell to retail. I teach webinars. I have an ebook. These are different revenue streams, right? So you're going to list those revenue streams. You're going to also list how much money each revenue stream needs to bring you in for your monthly goal. So if you have a monthly goal of $2,000, you need to allocate an amount to each revenue streams to help you get to your monthly goal. And then thirdly, if you want to go deeper, you can also allocate a bill to each revenue stream. So I was sharing that when I was doing my shirts 3 years ago, I made every revenue stream be accountable for a bill in my home. Number two is to list your sales channels. Your sales channels are in which money is collected. So it can be website, it can be craft shows, it can be Etsy, it can be teaching platforms like Teachable. Those are your sales channels. Number three are your marketing channels. How are people getting to those sales channels? How are people getting to those sales channels? This is not meant to be overly complicated. You can say, hey, they come through my Facebook. They come through my Instagram. Because this is where I put my focus into. This is where they come from. Number four is marketing methods. Okay, so remember, marketing channels were what platforms? Marketing channels are your platforms. Number four is marketing methods. So now I want you to take a look at each marketing channel you listed, and in which ways do you use that platform. So what I mean by that is, say for example, if you are using email marketing. So, and marketing method to your email marketing would be, you send out a weekly newsletter. You send out 3-day challenges. Maybe you are into maybe what you have to offer, maybe it's a class or anything. Maybe what you offer can be displayed as a challenge. Hey, join the, lose 10 pounds in a day with my TOC product or whatever, with my waist beads or whatever. It can be a challenge, and maybe for 3 days you are using this challenge to communicate with your email subscribers. For me, you ladies know I do weekly newsletters. So that is the marketing method that I use for my marketing channel of email, right? So you get it. For me, one of my marketing channels is email. The marketing method is to send out weekly newsletters. Okay, I'm glad you was able to catch it too, Keisha. That's the marketing method. If you say Facebook is my marketing channel, what are your marketing methods? It can be to use Facebook Live, which we all should be doing. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse, but we all should be using Facebook Live. There's power in videos. Some things just resonate better through video. Imagine me saying all of this. You couldn't retain all this if I wrote this in a post. I could even write it in the blog, and you'd be like, okay, Keon, this is like a really lengthy blog, right? It's something about video where someone's able to actually receive the information differently via video. You're doing it right now. So that shows you that your customers can do the same. Imagine you have products, right? Imagine like a necklace, right? And you took a picture of it. Maybe no one can see the detail as closely as they could in the photo than in video. We have to stop shying away from video. Even if you're not wanting to do Facebook Lives, you have to then do Facebook, at least record and do pre-recorded videos. You can use, you can post photos, you can post videos on Facebook, you can run Facebook ads, and you can even create a Facebook post, okay? You can even create a Facebook group. So these are marketing methods within a marketing channel. Instagram, you can say I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'm going to use my IG Reels. I'm going to use my IG Stories. That those are examples of marketing methods. Again, this is called strategy, right? Once you have this strategy, like I have a roadmap. This is essentially what we created. We created a roadmap for your sales funnel. You have to be able to strategize and say, this is what I want to offer, this is where I want them to go, this is how they're going to get there, and this is the type of content I'm going to give them. So again, when I asked you your goals, increasing your goals is way too vague. I need you ladies to break it up into actionable steps that can be achieved. So again, when you say you want to increase your sales, I need you to say, I need to sell XYZ of something. So the real reason for your slow sales, it's not because your product isn't great. It's really because you don't know where to start. If you really just be transparent and honest with yourself, the true reason why your sales are slow is because you have no strategy. But it's not because you don't want a strategy, it's because you don't know where to start, right? So when you don't know where to start, it's easy to just say, I'll put it to the back burner and I'll go back to it tomorrow or next month, right? So this even applies to your content. A lot of you ladies are not doing, do you have an example of the roadmap? This is the roadmap, Asia. This is your roadmap to your marketing strategy. These 4 steps that I just provided, this is your roadmap. It starts off with listing out your revenue streams. You have to then assign money to those revenue streams. It's not enough to have your revenue streams listed and they just sit there. You have to give them purpose. You have to give those revenue streams purpose. So you're going to put a price to it, or you're going to assign a bill to it. Not only do those revenue streams then get purpose, they then get accountability. From those revenue streams, you then go to sales channels. What sales channels are people coming to give you the money for that revenue stream? Are you teaching on Teachable? Do you have an Etsy shop? Do you have a Shopify shop? Are you at craft shows? What are these sales channels? The third phase is marketing channels. What marketing channels are you using for your sales channels? Again, you have an Etsy shop and you can say, okay, I'm going to, my Etsy shop really responds to my TikTok videos. You can say, hey, my website really responds to my email marketing. And then lastly is your marketing methods. What are you going to do inside of the marketing channels to get people to make the sale? Okay. Also, sales should always be consistent. And this is me dropping some extra gems for y'all. I came in late. Well, we have access to going back and watching for sure. I would definitely leave this up. You should always be having sales consistently coming in, but you should also have projects planned that push sales and give your sales a boost, right? So a lot of times, again, we are just posting a shirt that we saw. Maybe you saw SVG and you just grab the mock-up and you put it on your website, right? That's not good enough, right? You need to always have projects planned so that can help push and boost your sales. What do I mean by that? I want you ladies to start thinking about, instead of just listing a new product on your site once or 2 times a day, once or 2 times a week, come up with collections. Okay, this is game for y'all. Collections. I need you ladies to start thinking of collections. Think of like when you see New York Fashion Week and you see all these big fashion shows. What do you see? They are dropping collections, right? They're not just saying, hey, I made this shirt and now we're going to just walk down the runway. You have to have a cohesive collection. Your craft business, your craft shop should be ran the same way. Breast cancer awareness is October, right? You should be ready to drop a breast cancer awareness collection. Fall is coming. You should be ready to drop a fall collection. Halloween, drop a Halloween collection, right? It serves a lot of purposes to drop collections, right? Having collections first of all, it clearly communicates a look and a vibe to a customer, just like New York Fashion Week, right? So when they're walking down the runway, you see all the burgundies and different shades of gray. Maybe he has a burgundy shirt, but she has the gray shirt on, but it still gives the same cohesive vibe, right? So now it clearly communicates to the customer like, oh wow, I like this vibe. I like what's going on here. Number two, it helps you plan. It's actually helping you. So you don't have to be all scatterbrained. You should be having weekly meetings with yourself. I always say you should be having staff meetings with yourself. Even if you are a team of one, you should be sitting at a table. I kid you not. I had a staff meeting by myself last week at the dining room table. I talked out loud as though people were listening to me, right? It helped me come up with what I need to do for the next 2-3 weeks, right? Again, if you're on this broadcast and you don't know what you're selling next week, you are doing yourself a disjustice. You are not prepared. You are supposed to sit down and know what rollouts I'm supposed to be promoting. Again, how can you make sales if you don't know what you're promoting? Because remember, our business is not just, it doesn't run on autopilot. We are responsible for certain things that happen in our business so people can make the purchase. Yes, we would love to just sit down and roll out the bed and you just hear $1,000 hit your bank account, right? It's not realistic. What did you give to the people? What have you put out there for them to come shop with you? I always say this, very rarely is anyone going to come to your website and be like, oh, I need to buy a t-shirt. They're not going to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, I need a t-shirt. It is your responsibility to say, hey, come to my website. Another thing that I like about collections, it allows you to properly market and launch a campaign. It allows you to appropriately launch and market a campaign. So when you're showing little snippets and pictures of your fall collection, you're allowing people to get excited. You're allowing people to see something that they're interested in. You're allowing the Facebook algorithm to work. Because a lot of times we have a product for sale, we drop it on our Facebook page and we're done with it. We don't do nothing else with it. And then we go back and say, man, I don't know why no one bought that shirt. Well, to be honest, Facebook probably only showed it to 10 people, right? Facebook probably only showed that post to 10 people. So the fact that you just dropped your shirt on your Facebook page and expected people to see that and run to your website is not realistic. Having a collection allows you to adequately give a person a chance to even see what's going on, right? If you're promoting this and you're launching it and you're saying, hey, I'm going to roll this out and show people behind the scenes and sneak peeks for 5 days, now you're putting the odds in your favor that this person is now even seeing your content from the beginning. Another benefit to having a collection is that it's easier for you to create content. A lot of you ladies struggle with content. You know why? Because you don't know what you're promoting. You don't know what you're talking about. So again, how can you promote something when you didn't even know what you want to sell next week, right? So again, if I know that, hey, I want the ladies to join the business university, there are certain things I have to do for the week. I have to go live. I have to share some content. I have to give them some value. I have to do certain things in order for these sales to come. But having a collection allows you to do that, because now you say, oh, I have 10 shirts, 10 tumblers. Oh, I have some content. I can share these things with them and make them excited to buy. And lastly, it is a proven fact that shoppers place more value on products when they are displayed properly. Shoppers place more value on products when they are displayed properly. So again, sometimes someone might come to your shop and you might have a mug, a shirt, a tote bag. It's confusing. It doesn't give that warm, fuzzy, luxurious shopping experience, right? It looks kind of like, it could be better, right? So we want to make sure that we position our brand to look professional, and when our customers come to our site, they have a collection to shop from. Also, remember, if you have a Shopify store, create collections in your store. Create collections in your store, because it's much more, it's easily to be navigated, more easily to be navigated if you have collections. No one wants to go through 26 pages of your store to find a shirt. So for example, I was on Instagram not too long ago and I saw a dress, and all they did was post a link to the website. So I'm like, okay, well maybe since they posted this on Instagram, this would be on their front page. It was not on their front page. They did not have a collection. It was just pages. It was a shop page. It was only a shop page. And once I got to page 5, I didn't look anymore. I didn't look anymore. But if they provide the direct link, I would have purchased. Or if that dress was more easily to be found, I would have purchased it, right? So even if you have t-shirts and you say, hey, okay, well my shop is just t-shirts, put those in different collections based on the theme. Maybe it's a sports shirt. Maybe they are inspirational shirts. Maybe they are mom shirts. Put them in different collections. But that's all I have, y'all. That's all I have. That is the 4-step formula to creating your sales. I hope you ladies found this valuable. You guys know I love to bring you guys in for a Q&A. But let me show y'all something else. I got a package.